The action will start on poker legend Barry Greenstein.
Don't ever lay that hand down.
There goes your reputation.
Even Barry's busting on Buddy Holly over there.
Suited one gapper.
Low.
Raises to 1,500. Pocket jacks for Vanessa Selbst.
Great spot for a 3-bet. Vanessa has a rep for being very aggressive.
We have 3 bets. She's made it 5,200 as Fondiari wants none of it. King 4 for Prahlad. Lets it go. The cannon. Ace 10 suited.
Knowing what the cards are, this would be a correct fold, but I don't know in general if I could fold Ace 10 suited to a Vanessa Selbst 3-bet. Plus, Barry did raise under the gun, which is supposed to be strong.
The cannon folds.
Tight, but I don't hate it.
What can I fold?
That hand.
8-4 of clubs. Lets it go. Action back over to Barry.
See if Barry gives Vanessa the action she deserves.
And he does. He re-raises to 15-5 with 7 high.
I love wizard versus wizard battles, you know?
Wizards.
Well, Gandalf, or Barry Potter over there, has sort of stepped in it here. No way Vanessa can fold this. Even if she puts him on aces, she's got implied odds to flop a set.
And she calls.
Sure, Barry would have much rather won this pre-flop. Probably not all that happy to see a flop here.
Jack 9-3 rainbow. Vanessa's flop top set.
Now, we know Barry's going to c-bet, but we'll have to see how Vanessa tries to get max value out of a guy with 7 high.
As advertised, Barry makes it 15,500.
Barry's doing a lot of the work for Vanessa as she tries to figure out her next move. She'll realize the board is fairly dry, so a raise will look very strong. Even if Barry did have a strong hand, there's a chance he could fold to a raise.
Vanessa just calls.
She's probably going to let Barry try to fire at this again.
To the turn. Queen of spades.
This isn't a great card for Vanessa. Some draws came in more developed. None for Barry, however. Let's see how much further he wants to hang himself. Oh, by the way, he's drawing dead.
And Barry fires 30,000 again on a stone bluff.
This is a pretty aggressive bet by Barry because all that stuff I just said about outs developing goes for Barry as well. There's a really good chance Vanessa has some piece of this board and he's trying to blow her off it. This bet is for almost half of Vanessa's remaining stacks, so the correct move would be for her to move in. If Barry had a hand with equity, she would want to protect her hand.
I'm all in.
Vanessa's all in for over $37,000 more, and Barry can't call.
Barry, see ya.
And Greenstein folds.
Maybe time for Barry to give beer a try.
Barry had to give up the ruse right there and lay it down. Meanwhile, Vanessa scoops the biggest pot we've seen so far tonight, worth over $160,000.
Nice hand.
Thank you, sir.
Vanessa wins the Battle of the Wizards, impervious to Barry's aggression spell.
Beasley did start it as the chip leader and now trying to fight his way to at least heads up. He's got pocket eights.
Ooh.
And he just limps.
Power poker.
Did I do something wrong?
No. You did something beautiful. Power poker.
Well, as you said, he limped in, which is not power poker.
10 deuce for Woods. Who does he think he is? Doyle Brunson? He calls.
Now when I try to re-raise to like win the blinds, there aren't that much out there to win. And
Vanessa with queen 6 of hearts.
it's like not worth it, you know?
And she'll check her option.
When you pop it to 250, I make it 800, I win a lot more money.
Or you lose a lot more.
It's true.
Vanessa apparently had a plan that was scuttled when Beasley didn't raise from the button.
All three will see a flop. It is Trey, King, Trey, Beasley with 2 pair now, 8s and Treys. Selbst with a flush draw. Woods is, no, Doyle Brunson. Woods checks. Vanessa Selbst checks as well.
The door is open for Beasley to bet with the best hand.
And he is stacking some chips. 205,000.
Woods is whistling. You know, he's whistled every time he's played 10 deuce in this tournament.
You know you're whistling again, right?
He lays it down. Back to Vanessa now.
And now the door is open for Vanessa to put her treacherous legal mind to work. Yale law. I could have gone there.
Except they didn't accept you. Vanessa with a check raise to 580,000. Take that, Beasley.
Well, remember, we saw Vanessa check raise Alistair Melville in a similar scenario. He bet a pocket pair, and she came over the top with a flush draw.
1.1.
And Beasley comes over the top for 1.1 million more.
But this time, Vanessa's prey pushes back.
We have not seen anybody play back at Vanessa like this. Mike's wife looking very nervous, as is Vanessa's entire cheering section.
That's a stupid-looking group of people.
They're Yale people. They're not stupid.
I'm all in.
Vanessa back over the top, all in. Everyone in the room just felt the tension rise. This would be for all of Beasley's chips.
Deja vu on the flop, as she did with Melville. She's asking Beasley, do you want to play for your tournament life right now?
I know I look perplexed right now, right? I am. Show me a bluff on this.
Beasley lays it down to Vanessa Selbst.
If she ends up being a litigator, I don't want to ever see her in court.
Ace-9 suited for the cannon.
Same hand twice in a row. Gotta play it the second time.
Bumps it to 1,200. Cassavetes folds, and Greenstein's out. 5 tray for Selbst.
We've got less than 45 hands to go, so get ready for Jared's rep to be worth about as much as a gift certificate to Circuit City.
And there you go, Joe. A 3-bet from Selbst to 4,000. Pocket 10s for Prahlad.
This is a spot for a 4-bet generally.
But he just calls.
Friendly game.
He might be trying to price in Jared.
Well, it's back on Huggins. And he folds.
Typically that's a good fold, but with time running out, Jared's eventually going to have to make a stand. Vanessa's attempt at isolating Jared has failed.
6, deuce, 8, rainbow. Gut shot for Selbst. Prahlad still best and checks it.
Pretty good flop for 2 10s. I'm sure Prahlad would want Vanessa to continue.
Check the nuts. Be a good play.
Prahlad's been all speeches earlier in the week. Lately he's been giving it a rest, but we definitely need some more for the home stretch.
And Selbst bets out 6,500 with her gut shot.
Uh-oh, now you've done it. You made her bet it.
Call.
I like these battles.
Friedman just calls.
Vanessa versus Spirit.
Vanessa does not seem amused.
To the turn, 9 of diamonds. And Friedman checks again.
The 9's no help to Vanessa, and while it does complete some draws, it's a pretty safe card for 10s. Vanessa's now double gutted, but I don't think betting here will do much good unless she's going to triple barrel.
Checks to the river. Here it comes. 8 of diamonds. Friedman still best.
May look like a nothing card, but top pair on the flop is now beating Prahlad.
And he checks. Back on Vanessa.
Well, Vanessa's got 5 high. Oh man, Vanessa's so sick.
And she bets 16,600 with the 5 high.
Now, I'm not the guy in the hand right now, but to me, this should be a pretty easy call, even though top pair on the flop did end up becoming trips. Maybe Prahlad's hesitating because of the play on the turn. He could think if Vanessa were bluffing, she would have triple barreled and not checked the turn. Still, it's Vanessa Selbst. You have an overpair to the board, and you're getting better than 2 to 1. All comes down to how often Prahlad thinks he's good here. Against Vanessa on the button, I think he's good awfully often.
Should raise huge. I don't think you have any of that.
Just play it cool, Vanessa. He doesn't have anything on you. He's reaching. Don't give him anything.
You bring joy to my
It'd be
life.
hard to call with like kings if I raise bigger.
Not as hard as it would be with Vanessa's hand.
You raise the under the gun raiser. I can't help myself.
Not what Vanessa wanted to hear. It looks like Prahlad's counting out a call.
Nice rack focus. Did Cassavetes direct this?
Prahlad folds.
Wow.
The bluff works.
Overpair.
You mucked an overpair?
No.
You're a sicko. I think she would have value bet 2 7s there.
She might have.
She might have value bet 2-7. She also might have been bluffing with 5 high.
A big laydown.
That is a monster laydown. That's why you're Spirit, you know?
Spirit got bluffed.
All right, everyone, back to your seats. Second half underway, and action is on Nick Cassavetes with 6-8 offsuit. Lets it go.
It'd have been the old. Do you think I could represent?
Barry means that in a hip-hop sense. Represent.
Vanessa with Queen 9 offsuit.
This is well within Vanessa's unopened cutoff raising range.
And she does raise it to 1,300. 9-6 of hearts for Antonio.
Poker's kind of cool in that way. You could tell someone that your entire thinking and then go ahead and raise and bluff, and it's still hard for them to call.
Jamie Gold started that.
Yeah, it worked for him for 5 days or,
Yeah.
or
I
9 days.
don't think it worked after that. Once they saw that.
Antonio calls.
If he could just flip the script sometimes and go up, you know, then it might work for him.
He can't do it. It's amazing.
Jack tray for Friedman.
Prahlad must be a little distracted by this conversation if he's thinking of playing this hand.
And he folds. And Huggins is out.
Like if it was no limit pre-flop, I might just put in some big re-raises. This pot limit holds me back a little bit.
Yeah, that's the point.
Heads up to the flop. 6-10, 4-2 diamonds. Antonio with middle pair.
Middle pair and the best hand. Vanessa with the lead.
Bets 2,300.
Antonio probably can't fold a pair to just one bet.
Makes the call.
Vanessa also could have been semi-bluffing some backdoor draws.
Turn. 3 of diamonds. Selbst picks up flush outs.
Vanessa just picked up a lot more outs, though a 9 high flush draw isn't so hot.
She checks it.
Vanessa may be giving up with that check. Antonio can't be in love with the diamond.
Bets out 5,200.
Antonio's looking to protect. There aren't a lot of good cards that can hit for him. Looks like I may have prematurely called for self-surrender. Perhaps she has sensed that Antonio is weak and can maybe blow him off his hand. Here come the 5K chips.
It appears that Vanessa left her white flag backstage, Joe. She is raised to 21,400.
This is a pretty insane bluff with only queen high, but if you look at Antonio's hand, this could work. Betting the flop and then check raising the turn with error is affectionately known sometimes as the stack-a-donk play. It's actually a little outdated, but it looks very strong. Antonio's probably wondering to himself how often Vanessa would do this with an actual hand, though.
Antonio does not believe he makes the call.
A tough call, but a good one. Gulp.
The river. Deuce of spades.
Now that might look like a brick, but Vanessa could have been semi-bluffing a 5 on the turn just as easily as she semi-bluffed her diamonds. She's met adequate resistance from Antonio the whole way, so I'm fairly certain she knows she can't win this pot by checking. So the question is surrender or fire one last bullet. She's loading up.
And Vanessa fires 59,700 on a stone bluff.
There it is, the overbet. We've been here before. This bet is supposed to polarize Vanessa's hand, nuts or air, and Antonio can pretty much only beat air. This would be an absolutely sick call. Vanessa could very easily have played a huge hand the same way.
59-7.
59-7.
By overbetting, she's given him really tough odds to make the call, not even getting 2-1. Is a pair of sixes going to win enough to justify those odds? Not likely.
Antonio with 119,000 behind.
He's probably still thinking about that check raise on the turn. If she had a big hand, would she really have given him the chance to check behind? Finally, and people discount this more than they should, Vanessa has the stupidity factor in her favor. If Antonio calls and he's wrong, he feels stupid.
straight with like a 5-7 suited.
Yeah.
And,
What does she
and then
have?
I think she has a flush. I think she has it.
Worst read ever.
Well, that's what Prahlad the Couch Cannon thinks, but it's Antonio's read that counts here. And Antonio Folt, what is going on? Antonio folds.
Little bit dirty on the pump fake by Antonio, but Vanessa, wow, what a sick bluff.
Nice hand.
Thank you.
I wanted the board to pair on the river.
Antonio is saying he would have tried to rep a boat.
Vanessa drags a pot worth over 110,000.
I wanted the board to pair, so it came straight and flusher's already there.
No, so I could rep a full house. You know?
Stick it in there.
Jack-7 suited for Dan Shack.
Call.
And he's limping.
It's probably a raising hand, heads up.
Vanessa has King-7 suited.
Vanessa could raise a suited king like this, but she's out of position.
So she will check and see a free flop.
Again, Vanessa has Dan dominated.
And that flop is King-7-3, second pair for Shack, but top 2 for Selbst.
Vanessa has him in jail again.
And look at this. After she checks to him, he reaches for chips. He's betting 200,000.
Dan got into trouble last time by committing a lot of his chips with second pair. Looks like he's doing it again now.
She check raises, 625,000.
I'm all in.
Shack moves all in.
Cool.
And Vanessa Selbst calls.
Dan's got 1% equity in this pot, and that's the appropriate face.
Well, I'm drawing dead.
Not quite. You can hit running jacks.
Vanessa Selbst is on the verge of winning this tournament for the second year running and becoming the first player ever to win 2 APT titles.
Drawing dead?
You're good.
Don't jinx things.
I'm drawing the runner. You're good.
Jack. Yeah.
Vanessa, you're the one who should be smiling.
It's not over till it's over.
I mean, he's got Jack. It would be pretty bad.
Yeah.
It would be really bad. Now he's drawing dead, and now Vanessa Selbst can celebrate. What an achievement! Back to back at Mohegan Sun.
Hey, don't forget Dan Shack. He's gonna walk with 254K.
Repeat! Vanessa's friends calling for her to come back and win it a third time.
Thank you.
You deserved it. You played really well.
Thank you very much. You did too.
If there was somehow any doubt that Vanessa Selbst was one of the best in the game, she has eradicated that doubt and certainly proven it now.